My girlfriend is pregnant. She's 15 years younger than me, so she needs me. I want a divorce, please.
My husband begged me. I responded with amazement. All right, but take care of our son, okay?
No way, you take him.
It's just not possible, because he is... I'm Georgina, a 40-year-old homemaker. Summer and I have been married for 10 years now. We met at work. He joined the company during the expansion. He was 3 years younger than me, but was upbeat and good-looking, which matched my type. By chance, his desk was next to me, which gave us more opportunities to interact. He eventually asked me out for a drink after work, and that's when we started getting closer. Despite him being younger, our value and perspectives were surprisingly similar, so the age gap didn't feel that significant. I was drawn to him for that reason too. We started going out for drinks and dinners regularly, and even met up on weekends. Then, we became an item after he confessed his feelings. I was thinking about the possibility of a marriage when he dropped a bombshell.
We've been going out for about a month, so I want to share something I've kept secret.
What is it? I asked, feeling apprehensive. He opened his phone and showed me a screen.
This is Mason, my son.
What? A son?
Yeah, I'm actually divorced and have a kid.
My mind went blank. How old is he?
He just turned 6.
So was he born when you were 21?
Yeah, well, I didn't go to university and was already working.
Why did you divorce your previous wife?
She cheated on me. She was seeing another guy while leaving Mason behind.
That's terrible.
I asked for full custody when we divorced.
I see.
I thought you were trustworthy after being together for a month. I'd like you to meet him soon. And well, I'm also thinking about marriage and stuff.
Oh, what? I blushed, embarrassed, as he shyly mentioned the word. From then on, we started meeting up, including Mason. At first, he was shy around me, but he gradually warmed up and even gave me flowers one day. I like you 'cause you're really nice. Here, this is for you. He handed me a bouquet of flowers that Summer had bought. Oh, this is beautiful, thank you. I've never received flowers from your dad before, so I'm really happy.
I bought them,
I know. From an outsider's perspective, we seemed like a close-knit family. We got along very well, and Mason had grown fond of me. One day, he started calling me Mom, which made me incredibly happy. He accepted me as his mother. We hadn't gotten married yet, but it seemed like there wouldn't be any issues communicating with him even after we tied a knot. Samuel seems to have made up his mind after observing this.
Georgina, should we get married soon? It looks like Mason is warming up to you.
Yeah, I'm sure we could definitely be a happy family. So that's how we got engaged. We wasted no time and went to meet each other's family. My parents were thrilled to hear about our engagement, but they seemed a bit concerned when they found out about Mason.
You've never given birth to a child before, so are you sure you can handle motherhood right away? Can you love a child who isn't yours?
My father was unusually serious, and I felt a bit uneasy. Summer was also taken aback. I knew that it wouldn't be easy, and was prepared for the challenges ahead. So I looked him straight in the eye and said, I'm ready. I will be a good mother. My parents understood my seriousness.
All right, if you say so. You have our blessings. Samuel, take good care of our daughter. Yes, I will make sure she is happy.
I was momentarily relieved, that they approved of our marriage. Next, we went to meet Samuel's parents. They were thankful that I wanted to get married, despite the fact that he had a child. The meeting went smoother than the one with my parents. So, with our family's blessings, we started to prepare for the wedding. It was attended by many friends and colleagues who celebrated our union. Mason was enjoying himself, sitting with his grandparents. Seeing him like that filled me with joy. Afterward, the three of us started living together. Starting today, I'm living with you. Yay! Mason was excited, which made me feel thrilled too. From then on, we were a real family. I became a full-time homemaker to spend more time with him and strengthen our bond. He was in his final year of kindergarten, and I always dropped him off and picked him up, making sure to be with him at all times. As a result, he grew closer to me. Look, Mom! Look at me! Wow, that's amazing! He climbed high on the playground equipment, showing off his newfound skills. Then going grocery shopping together became a daily routine. Mom, I want some snacks! Sure, pick one you like. Yay! These simple interactions made me reflect on the mother-child relationship and whether I was truly being a good mother. Despite my insecurities, spending time with him was undeniably fulfilling. We waited for summer together while making dinner, and when he came home, we ate together. Mason told him about his day, and he listened eagerly, adding his own comments. I felt incredibly fulfilled, and genuinely felt that marrying him was the best decision I'd ever made. We continued to enjoy these happy days. Mason grew up fast, but remained well-behaved and obedient after starting grade school. Around the third grade, he joined a youth baseball team and went to practice regularly on weekends. I accompanied him to every practice and met other moms while we prepared refreshments. Since many of the kids attended the same school, we were already acquainted to some extent, and they already knew about my relationship with Mason. There were a few others in the same situation, so we exchanged our experiences and advice. Mason put a lot of effort into baseball, and on days off, he often practiced on his own or visited the batting cages. I was glad he found something he was so passionate about. Eventually, he earned a regular spot on the team during his 5th grade year and performed well in games alongside old players. Every time he hit the ball, I enthusiastically clapped and cheered. His ability to connect with the pitches and to send the ball flying was really impressive. Even in the car on the way home, I praised him for his accomplishments, and he blushed but looked very pleased. Dad couldn't make it today, huh? No, he said he had to work. If there was one disappointing aspect, it was that Samuel was often too busy to attend the games. He had started working almost every weekend and barely had time to hang out with Mason. He also worked late nights and weekdays, often coming home after Mason had gone to bed. I understood that he was working hard to support our family, but it still left us with very little time together. Unfortunately, about every other day, he came home smelling of alcohol, which meant he was going out for drinks after work. I knew that it was sometimes part of his job, but I wished he prioritized spending more time as a family. So one day, I decided to talk to him about it. Hey, can you try to make more time for Mason? He always waits for you to come home before he starts eating dinner. He's looking forward to you coming to his baseball game too. I want you guys to spend some time together like before. He seemed annoyed when I said that.
Come on. I work to support our family. Coming home late is just unavoidable.
I understand that, But Mason's still a kid. I think he needs more time with his dad.
This is getting repetitive. I'm busy, you know. You're the mother. You should handle him better.
Jeez. I was frustrated that he wasn't being cooperative. I asked him regularly to make time for our son, but I always got the same response. Finally, he became irate with me.
Come on, that's enough. Unlike you, I'm busting my butt at work every day. Raising kids is a mother's job. Suck it up and stop complaining to me.
What the heck? I was stunned by his sudden outburst. From that point on, he started coming home even later. There were days when he came home in the morning too. Each time, I sighed in disappointment. Even Mason had given up and stopped asking him to come watch his games. Mason continued his diligent effort every day and performed incredibly well in games as the team's ace and fourth batter. I had hoped Samuel would come to see him at least once, but in the end, he never attended a single game until Mason retired from the youth baseball team. Around that time, feelings of distrust started to arise inside me. He joined the baseball club in middle school and had practice every day, which made him happy. Playing baseball while going through his growth spurt, he ate a lot. Seeing him enjoy his meals so much made me happy. He was also putting in an effort in his studies, dedicating at least an hour every day and maintaining good grades. I was proud of his consistent hard work in both aspects. He began to excel in his team and played in many matches. On the other hand, my relationship with Samuel had completely cooled off, and it felt like we were just living together at that point. Still, I couldn't think about divorce, especially with Mason's education expenses to consider. At that time, he was in the 8th grade and was waiting to hear from the high school of his choice. I didn't want to disturb his life with an adult matter. Afterward, he successfully entered his first choice high school with a strong baseball program. Samuel was pleased with the result too. It was also an academically high-level school, so it was an achievement for Mason to get in while actively practicing in the baseball club. He continued to practice until late hours in high school, often coming home around 7 p.m. With more free time on my hands, I decided to start working part-time. I had given up on any hope of a better relationship with Samuel. I figured I would just focus on taking care of Mason until he was 18. That was the plan. But something unexpected happened out of the blue. One day, Mason came home looking dejected. I thought something had gone wrong at school or during the practice. What's wrong? Hesitantly, he began to speak.
Well, on the way home, my friends and I decided to stop by the bookstore. While we were heading there, I saw Dad.
Okay, and?
He was walking down the street with his arm around a woman.
What? He looked sad as he said it, and my mind went blank. Samuel was having an affair. What's worse, our own son had seen it. I started feeling an overwhelming anger building up inside me. I'm so sorry. It must have been shocking for you.
Yeah, but you don't need to apologize. It's Dad who is at fault. Mom, you should really consider divorcing him.
It was really pathetic of Samuel to make our son say such a thing. But your life...
I will be fine, Mom. Besides, I have a plan.
A plan? He surprised me by revealing his unexpected strategy. If you're really okay with it, I won't object. I decided to go along with it. After that, I spoke to Samuel. Hey, can I talk to you for a moment?
I'm exhausted. I want to go to bed.
He had a rather annoyed expression, but I continued without minding it. You're having an affair, right?
What?
He briefly showed a look of unease. There was a sighting. You were seen walking on the street, arm in arm with an unknown woman. I was sure he was going to deny it. To my surprise, he readily confessed to the affair.
Yeah, that's my girlfriend.
What? Are you admitting to having an affair?
Yeah, and there's something else I need to talk to you about.
What is it?
She's pregnant.
Holy cow! That's despicable! You have no morals.
I'm sorry, but there's nothing we can do about it now. She's 15 years younger than me, so she needs me. I want a divorce from you, please.
He begged me. I couldn't believe he got involved with such a young woman. I felt nauseated. At that moment, any affection I had for him completely disappeared. I replied in disbelief. All right, but please take care of our son, okay?
No way, you take him.
He was surprised by my request.
My girlfriend and I are having a baby. There's no way I can take care of Mason. She wouldn't like it. You have to take him. You're his mother.
That's just impossible. I didn't legally adopt him. So once we separate, we have no relation.
But he probably doesn't want that, you know. He's close to you, so he probably wants to stay with you.
At that moment, Mason entered the room.
I will go with you, Dad. What are you saying? Mom doesn't have the financial means to pay for my education. I want to go to college too. You have the responsibility as my parents, so I expect you to fulfill it. Oh, God.
He was obligated to take care of our son since he wanted it. I then pursued alimony from him through a lawyer. We agreed on $60,000, which would provide me with a comfortable start to my new life. I moved in with my parents and focused on my career. I managed to switch from a part-time to a full-time contractor. Soon after, I was recognized for my hard work and was offered a promotion to a full-time employee. Of course, I gratefully accepted and put even more effort into my work. It seemed like I was able to keep my promise to my son. I dedicated myself to work and began to earn more. In the midst of this, I received a call from Samuel.
Hey, what's up with Mason?
What happened?
Maybe he's going through puberty, but he's always indignant, and my girlfriend's scared of him.
Oh, really?
Don't act blasé.
Well, we're soon to be divorced and won't have any obligations, you know.
Please don't say that and take him in.
No, you see, that's not possible. That's not what he wants. You and your girlfriend have to take responsibility for raising him.
She's on the verge of a nervous breakdown. She's talking about breaking up if I can do something about him.
Oh, that's tough. But it's not my concern anymore. So you will have to handle it on your own.
Wait!
I hung up the phone and blocked him. Meanwhile, I was still in regular contact with Mason. His tough attitude towards Samuel's girlfriend was all part of the plan.
That woman may not have any direct involvement, but she was the main cause of your suffering, Mom. And if she leaves Dad, he will end up with 2 sets of child support.
Despite being my own son, he came up with quite a ruthless revenge scheme. The timing for it came sooner than I had expected. I can't take it anymore! We are done! Samuel's girlfriend left him and returned to her parents. He hurried to their house, but was turned away by her parents and had to accept the breakup. They even told him he was not allowed to see his newborn. However, since he had already recognized the child as his, he would still have to pay child support. Mason delivered the final blow to his despair.
I'm going to stay with Mom from now on. You are drowning in debt, and you probably won't be able to pay my tuition.
With that, he packed his bags and came to me. I now have a stable income, and staying with my parents means I can receive their support. Therefore, I can easily afford the remaining high school tuition. On the other hand, Summer's situation is truly miserable. He is now a twice divorced single man responsible for 2 years of Mason's child support and another 18 years of his child with his ex-girlfriend. Moreover, all this drama is affecting his work performance negatively, making it difficult for him to advance in his career. With his current income, he is resigned to living a lonely life with paying off his debt. Well, he brought it upon himself, so I have no sympathy for him. As for me, I'm enjoying my happy life with Mason and my parents. I plan to keep an eye on him while I work hard to advance in my career.